Ash Ketchum, a clueless lady killer, an unsuspecting lip magnet. Ash has had his fair share of kisses over the years, and today we are going to rank all those times that he managed to pull in a nice, wet smacker. Hey everyone, it's Charles. How are you today? It's a fine day here in Japan, the sun is shining, my porch smells like cat turds, and with autumn's chill setting in, amorous feelings are in the air. It's that time of the year when all those young lads and lasses are out there, busy looking for that special someone with whom to dodge the bullet of the lonely Christmas Eve and to keep warm on frosty nights. So today we are going to stay hot in the cold with a breakdown of Ash's more physical brushes with romance. 7 classic kisses ranked and explained, because who doesn't love Pokemon factoids and who doesn't love kisses? This ranking will be based on cuteness, impact, and other mysterious factors, and as always, it will be a fun time, so kindly request your Machoke to cross-chop that like button for the YouTube algorithm, pucker up, and let's jump right in. Number 7, Melody. Pokémon the Movie 2000, a movie wherein Ash and friends are sailing the seas of the Orange Islands, get pulled into a crazy storm, and end up drifting their way to an island where they are greeted by the local people, who are preparing for a very special island festival, and when they arrive, the festival maiden, Melody, comes out to welcome the group as per the island's customs. And apparently, it would seem that the island's customs involve singling Ash out and giving him a wet and juicy peck on the cheeks. A gesture which unleashes shock and awe among the group. Tracy crapped his pants. A jealous Misty is ready to give Ash a solid nutting and kick Melody in the neck. Togepi is just delighted to see a bro getting some action. And Ash, well, Ash looks like he's going to be sleeping with a box of tissue next to his bed. But there's not a whole lot to really say about this moment, other than the fact that while it wasn't his first kiss in the grander scope of things, it was his first kiss in a Pokemon movie. And for that alone, it is a notable moment in the anime's history. Not to mention the beginning of some sad times for Misty. Number 6, Jinx. Holiday Hijinks, an episode featuring a Pokemon that kicked up quite a bit of a stir back in the day. But this episode, of all episodes, in fact, brought some good news to Brock fans. That is to say that our boy finally attracted the attention of a wet mouth. The unfortunate thing is that this wet mouth was provided by Jinx, so kinda gross, and whether or not it made contact is debatable, but you've gotta take what you can get in this savage world, so it was good to see Brock finally getting a foot on the first rung of that very special ladder. But let's not let Brock hijack this video. After all, it is all about Ash Ketchum. And of course, as you'd expect, not giving his boy Brock any ground, Ash himself tallied up his own smoocheroo from Jinx, his second kiss in the main anime series, and it almost seems like he kind of enjoyed it, not in the way that would get you in trouble in Kentucky, but like a boy getting a bone-crushing hug and a barrage of kisses from an auntie. You know, that kind of unpleasant experience that at the same time leaves you feeling warm inside. Number 5, Smoochum Jinx. Those lips are just perfect for some soft, face-enveloping kisses, and apparently this quality is shared by the entire Jinx evolution line, as 130 episodes after the initial Jinx encounter, Ash would get a face full of saliva, tongue, and love from a Smoochum in The Screen Actor's Guilt, a very heartwarming episode about a superstar trying to reunite with his precious Pokemon, Smoochum. And as you might expect, Ash serves as the vessel for this reunion, and as a result, ends up eating a faceful of moist smackers along the way. Nothing else really needs to be said about this very kawaii moment, just that it ranks above Jinx because, honestly, would you rather be kissed by this or by this? Number 4, Jessie and James. Abra and the Psychic Showdown, the episode that gave new meaning to Team Rocket's expression, "Make it double." The episode in which Jessie and James disguise themselves as hula girls and welcome Ash to Saffron City by double teaming his face with some wet, lip action. And in the words of Ash, after finally discovering the identity of his romancers, it's Team Rocket. Ew, they kissed me. And I don't know, Ash, even if Jessie is an awful person, was it really that bad? But can you imagine James getting the call for today's gig? James, today I'll need you to dress up as a woman, forcefully kiss a young boy on the cheek, and then lead him and his friends into a shady building where you'll have to... Boss, leave it to me. Oh, James, you are quite the character. Anyways, believe it or not, this was actually the very first time that Ash received a kiss in the anime. And what a way to pop the pecking cherry that was. Number 3, Chikorita. Or perhaps we should just drop a few syllables off that name because she's quite the chick indeed. As you may recall, Chikorita had this kind of weird and kind of endearing crush on Ash, much like a dog that humps its owner's leg whenever the clock strikes mating season, and it all began with this very cute peck on the cheek that marked the beginning of a great friendship through which the two traveled Johto, and after Chikorita evolved into Bayleaf, won the Extreme Pokémon race, and finally toppled Gary Oak in the Silver Conference. And word has it that to this day, Ash is still looking for a GF as sweet and thick as a Bayleaf. Good luck, Ashy boy. Number 2, Gladius. Pokémon Heroes, a good Pokémon movie which introduced us to some fairly interesting villains, as well as a rather curious borderline romantic plot featuring Ash and a Gladius. The long and short of it is that upon arriving in Alto Mare, Ash and Pikachu rescue Gladius from these two real weenies, and importantly, this Gladius is disguised as a human girl identical to a real human girl named Bianca, who also befriends Ash later in the story. Bear that in mind. Anyways, Gladius ends up taking a liking to Ash, and their bond only strengthens over the course of the story with plenty of tender moments to be had. And as Pokemon Heroes draws to a close, Ash, Brock, and Misty are bidding farewell to the friends they made in the city before leaving to the harbor for their departure from Alto Mare. However, the human girl who they'd become close friends with, Bianca, who helped them save the day, is nowhere to be seen. But as their boat passes the docks, a very familiar looking girl is there waiting for them. And without saying a word, she gives Ash a drawing of him and Pikachu, kisses him on the cheek, and runs away in silence. Misty is already used to getting sidecarred by other women at this point, but just look at Brock spastically twitch as Ashy boy racks up the kiss count and leaves him dancing the blue ball bachata. Now, Bianca and Gladius, in her human form, are virtually identical, so whether this kiss was from Bianca or Gladius in disguise is left up to the audience's imagination. But given that this girl didn't speak a single word and that she wasn't wearing a hat, which was an indication throughout the movie that we were seeing Bianca rather than Gladius's human form, I personally favor the argument that this was indeed Gladius. Interspecies reviewers goes G-rated, Ash bonds with an awesome legendary Pokemon. Pokemon Heroes was quality stuff. Now if only Ash would catch a Gladius to seal the deal. Number 1, Chloe's mom. Just kidding, Go's mom. Number 1, Serena. So here we are, the kiss that broke the internet. Ash may have received a fair number of other kisses throughout his storied career as a Pokemon trainer and unsuspecting romancer, but this smacker ranks at number 1 because not only was it the only one implied to be a direct hit to the tongue box, but also because it had some real weight behind it. Of course, the fact that it was actually given to him by a human gives it the edge as well. The big kiss occurred near the end of the beloved XY&Z series, when Ash's travel companion Serena left Kalos to embark on a new adventure in Hoenn. Serena's romantic feelings for Ash had been a big selling point of the series for many fans, and so there was no better way to cap off XY&Z than with a special smooch from his potential romantic partner should things ever develop to that point in the future. Of course, the actual contact took place off-screen to maintain law and order in the world of child-friendly television, but according to storyboard director Tetsuo Yajima, Serena is meant to be kissing Ash in that scene. But since I couldn't just have them kissing on screen, I had Serena's feet float upwards instead. To be honest, I think the kiss was actually more suggestive precisely because it was censored, and based on the stone-cold, stunnered faces of Clement, Bonnie, Dedenne, and Pikachu, well, it looks like more than just the Prism Tower was inspired by French culture, if you know what I mean. This kiss got people talking more than any kiss before it due to the popularity of Serena's character, the very intentional shipping elements of the series, the desire among many longtime viewers for the series to finally deliver something a bit more mature in terms of its storytelling, and because, without a doubt, this one was more than just cheap fan service. Over the course of XY, Serena's life was totally transformed by Ash, and even though her romantic feelings were left unrequited at the end of XY&Z, the kiss was a nice token to cap off their time together, and made her feelings very clear to Ash, should their adult lives again become intertwined and lead to real opportunities for romance sometime down the line. At the end of the day, the Chikorita kiss was still the cutest though. Well, to the extent of my knowledge, those were all the times that Ash was kissed in the Pokemon movies and in the main anime series, not counting cutiful Pokemon licks or anything that can be found in the deep, dark recesses of the internet. But how about you? Which of Ash's kisses was the best, the cutest, the most meaningful, or the strangest? And if Ash and his writers would stop pretending that he's 10 years old and let him get on with his life, who could you see him reciprocating a smooch with? I'm curious what you think. Well, thank you for tuning in today, everyone. I hope you all have a very healthy, happy, and safe week. Don't forget to follow me over on Twitter, and as always, let's chat.